When it comes to Joanne, oh, you won't find no faults. But if you mess with the bull, you might get the schultz. It's time for Mornin'. It's Mornin' with Bill and Joe. It's time for Mornin'. It's gonna be a heck of a show. It's Bill and Joe.
Hello and welcome to Mornin' with Bill and Joe. I'm Joe.
I'm Billy Knoxville, and this is Jackass. Meow, meow, meow.
That's fun. You have a different background today. For those who are just listening, Bill is not in his parents' basement nor his New York apartment. Where are you, Bill?
You can't make anything sound not pathetic. I am in Knoxville, Tennessee, this horrible rainy morning. I really brought some terrible weather with me.
It's so nice that they named this area of Tennessee after Johnny Knoxville. I think that's just like really great.
Well, not only that, I'm going to blow your mind and say that he is indeed from Knoxville.
Oh, that's annoying.
As is Cormac McCarthy, who's some other famous Knoxville people. I'm already forgetting all these fun facts that I've already learned.
Would we call them fun?
Well, facts.
Great.
Sometimes they're tragic. Speaking of tragic, did you watch White Lotus last night?
I sure did. I watched White Lotus. What happened? Again, not much.
I really thought we were leading to something in this one.
Yeah. I would say spoilers, but there's really nothing to spoil.
More Sam Rockwell, that's good.
More Sam Rockwell, which was so fun. Again, that could have been so much more exciting when they're finally in this home of this man that this guy was wanting to like kill. Nothing happens.
Yes.
I guess we do learn a little bit of something about the trio, the three women, the group of men they've been hanging out with. We learned a little bit about them. But again, nothing huge. I don't know.
I'm enjoying a lot of topless scenes with Carrie Coon.
She has been taking one for the team.
Unexpected, but very delightful. And the good Lord's blessed her. She's got quite the rack.
Well, and she's a mom. And it's like any woman who has birthed a child and then willfully show their body on camera, I think that's incredible. I just think like it's certainly a good for her.
Great.
It's a good for womankind. I mean, yeah, let's show what our bodies can do. It's great.
And good for Billy Knoxville. Although slightly awkward as I watched it, we were watching it for a little bit, and then I think we made him go to bed with my buddy Frank, who I'm visiting. We watched it with his son. And
how old is his son?
Well, he's 16, but I'm trying to remember when it was less about the salaciousness and more trying to explain incest to him. I think after a while, we both got uncomfortable and made him go to bed.
It's like when I was growing up, I used to watch Baywatch with my dad.
Yes, I remember you telling me this. Although, when you get past the swimsuits, was not Baywatch decidedly PG?
Well, and that's the thing. It's really not bad at all. I mean, there's more life-saving and CPR on the show than an overexposure of body parts. So.
Yes, to my dismay. To your point, not a whole lot going on there. Kept thinking, I thought we were going to have this sort of Agatha Christie, everyone's in one place at one time, perhaps a large dinner thing going on with the spa owner and obviously Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, who's been the throughway to all three seasons and a bad guy to a certain extent. Still not a whole lot going on here.
It is fun, though, especially watching shows with Douglas. We've been together almost 10 years, so it's like you think you know a person. But a lot of times these shows reveal what he would do in a similar scenario to the point where I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, like this.
Like, there's the scene in last night's episode where this woman is essentially offered money to keep her mouth shut. And Douglas goes, "No, don't take it. Ask for more." And I'm like, oh, so in this scenario, you would, in fact, take the hush money, but you would negotiate for a larger sum first. And honestly, I gotta respect that.
As do I. I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. I was just sort of taking it all in. And Frank's son, Casey, said exactly the same thing. He's like, take $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for that kid for saying $1 million. Douglas only went up to 200,000. So.
See, yeah, that's its generational thing.
He still has a good heart at heart.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm still not quite sure what I would do in that situation. I think I don't know.
You would take the money.
I
Why
would
are
take
you
them.
trying to pretend otherwise?
I want to be a good example for the kids, but they're not here right now. So there you go.
So apart from just watching television, what else are you doing in Tennessee? What is there to do in Knoxville?
2 nights ago, we went to a great restaurant / bar called the Lonesome Dove. The building itself, very old and so haunted that it has been on several ghost shows on your Discoveries or A&Es or what have you. And our waitress showed us video of the second floor, where they keep all of the booze and whatnot. And there's this sort of like area where they bring crates up to, and so it's a larger window, and just security video of things being thrown out. That was very eerie. And it was clear that they weren't just falling out, but it was like bottles of booze just being thrown out there, and they would find it every once in a while. So I guess the ghost is a teetotaler. But it's got several ghosts. They have recordings of voices.
But that's so interesting to me. Why? I've seen other videos of ghosts throwing bottles. Of all the things you can do with a bottle, it always looks the same. Drink it. Yeah, but like smash it, or like open it up and pour it out, or have it spin and levitate. I don't know.
Look, I'm here to report. I can't explain the other side, except for to say, kids, go to the light. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in a bar for 200 years. Yeah. But it was formerly a bar called Sullivan's. We went on a gunslinger Knoxville walking tour, and this place is like Tombstone, man. Lots of gunfights, pretty famous ones. It's been great. The town in of itself is really pretty, has held on to a lot of its older architecture, still sort of has, even though I guess you could call it the West, an old Western feel to it. Very close to Asheville, about 2 hours from Memphis, I think. No, Nashville. It's been a lot of fun. Their place is gigantic and beautiful. I'm in their guest house right now. They have goats. Been feeding the goats. I have yet to get the eggs from the chickens. But I went to do that before I go. I've never done that before. What for them is an annoying chore, for me would be delightful.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, having animals, I find it difficult just to figure out what I'm going to eat for lunch. I can't imagine having to feed a whole bunch of farm animals.
It's a lot of chickens. But they don't have to worry about the price of eggs. I'll tell you that much.
That's true.
And then yesterday we went to go visit, who was only here for about an hour to refuel. His cousin is in the National Guard, and he's a helicopter pilot. And so we went to go see his medicopter. I don't know if that's the official term, but it's basically like a medical copter, although it does mostly United States things. And we got to take a look at that. Of course, I wanted to go up, but it's very small. It's like, you're almost like flying a refrigerator. Everything's about weight. So it's very bare bones, and just 2 small seats. And there wasn't really an opportunity for us to go up with them. And I don't know if they were allowed to let us do that. But while they were refueling at the local airport, he brought them food and some University of Tennessee T-shirts for him and his co-pilot, and got to hang out there. That was kind of cool.
That is cool. Have you been in, I know not this one, but have you been in just like helicopters before?
I haven't, and he has. I was very jealous, but I assume you have not?
I have not. I don't know that I care to.
Well, he's like you. He's got some issues flying. And so I kept saying, it'd be great if they let us up. And he's like, yeah, that would be good. Like, well, he wasn't really pressing the point.
Yeah, a helicopter, I'm not sure. It's different from an airplane in terms of engines.
The physics never really made sense to me.
I mean, it's a drone, right? Like, it's just a large human carrying drone.
That's a good way of putting it, sure.
But the weather has to be perfect, right? Like, you're not supposed to go up in certain weather, so that scares me.
But they did. I mean, it was raining all yesterday, too, and they went up in it.
I don't know. Also, like to see certain places from above, I know is cool, but like that's what movies are for. Like that's what I can see it. I'm sure someone has done it and captured it, and it's on a YouTube video. I'll watch it there. I don't know.
That's a very you comment. You know someone for a certain amount of time, and you actually know exactly what they're going to say. Unlike with Douglas. What's been going on with you?
I won the lottery, not really, but the Broadway lottery to see a show you can enter and get like cheap tickets.
Yes.
And I got to see Death Becomes Her, the musical.
Oh, sure.
Which is based off of the film with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn.
Odd that Broadway played a base of film off of.
Sort of, but it's really good. The music is great. The effects are great. There's some supernatural kind of elements in the film that they did a nice job of incorporating into the show.
So they did the head going around?
Yes.
And they did, I wonder how they did that. And then I remember there's a big hole in them. And back then it was like really groundbreaking effects in the movie.
Yeah. They were able to do that on the stage. They did a lot of body double work to the point where like, it's not the lead actresses.
Okay.
Which kind of makes it funny. But the two leads, Megan Hilty and Jennifer Simard, were great. Megan Hilty, a lot of people know from the television show Smash. And she's been on Broadway before as well. She was hysterical. I didn't realize how funny she was. She plays the Meryl Streep part.
Okay.
And in the playbill, where the actors put their bios, she did her bio like she was Meryl Streep. It was like, she has been lauded as the best actress of our generation. And at first I only read that first line and I was like, geez, Megan, you think highly of yourself. And then it went on to say, she's been nominated for this many Oscars, winning for this film and this film. And it's like, oh, this is Meryl Streep's bio.
That's very funny.
But in true live theater fashion, they had to stop the show. We were about maybe 5 or 6 minutes in. They were starting another musical number that was about to have a whole lot of effects and costume changes and set changes. And you hear the stage manager come onto the microphone and is like, we need to hold the show, please. And Megan exits the stage. And then they say to the audience, like, we are having a slight technical issue. We'll be back with you shortly. And we sat there for about 5 minutes. And then they restarted the number and everything then went perfectly fine. But that's the reality of live theater, which is pretty cool.
That's never happened to me before. Interesting. Yeah. So thumbs up then, huh?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Is it a musical?
It is a musical. Gosh, one of my favorite parts. It's one of Megan's first numbers. She plays, for those who are unfamiliar with the story, she is a famous actress. But she's getting a little bit older and she does this number, do it for the gays, meaning Gaze, but it's the gayest as in homosexual number you'll ever see. I do it for the gays. And there's a whole bunch of male dancers who are in rainbow colors. At one point they're in assless chaps. And then she comes out in, I don't know how she does these quick changes. She comes out in a Liza Minnelli costume at one point and is doing a Liza Minnelli impersonation. Then she's Judy Garland. So funny. It's just like really clever writing. And the way that they're able to do a musical out of it was just really cool. So if you're in New York and you're looking for just like a fun musical, it's pretty good.
That's cool, man. Well, to date, the last play I saw was You.
Oh, and you know that nothing could be better. So you're like, why even bother?
Why even bother? Oh, and then look what I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We went to see that. It's about Jaws. But, well, good. I'm glad you had a great time. Good recommendation. I recall liking the movie. Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn also in it. Bruce Willis, oddly cast.
Yeah.
Sophia Loren, not her Loren, but what's her name? She plays like the mysterious witch girl that's got the magic staying alive potion or whatever. But yes,
that actress, the one with the potion, is played on Broadway by Michelle Williams, one of the original members of Destiny's Child.
Oh,
but when I saw it, she was actually not in the show. Her understudy was on, and I love seeing an understudy. Having been one, I'm like, these people are great, just generally not famous, which is why they didn't book the part. And this understudy was incredible. Her
Very
voice
good.
was so good. So no matter who you see, they're going to be good.
Speaking of nudity, was she naked? I recall the other one whose name escapes me, not Sophia Loren, but like that. I think the daughter of her. I recall her not wearing a lot of clothing in the movie.
No, there's no nudity
Ah!
in this.
Not
You could say
empowering.
it's a family show apart from the attempts at murder.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like White Lotus.
Speaking of winning the lottery, real quick, I had a dream. It was so real that I started questioning it in my dream. I don't know if that's ever happened to you,
Sure.
but I was at a casino playing a slot machine. I believe I was playing Scarab. And I won
weird.
$3.4 million.
Oh.
I hit an incredible jackpot. And I'm like, is this real? I don't know if this is real. And I'm like, this can't be real. This can't be real. But everything in my dream is like, this is real. It's really happening. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking about everything I'm going to do with the money and how my life will be so improved and whatever. And I wake up and that is the worst feeling.
Absolute worst. I've so been there. I've had a lot of money-related dreams, a little of that nature, and it is just such a heartbreaking feeling. I cannot put it into words. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I mean, part of me is like, is it a premonition? Like, should
No.
I
Absolutely
go
not.
to the casino
Oh, God.
and
So
maybe
this
win?
is how one becomes a gambling addict. It's dreams of actually success. that
But we
prompts
don't
them.
know if I can tell the future until I tell it
do.
correctly.
You can't.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe you're
congratulations
right.
to
I hate
Dream.
to admit it, Bill.
Well, congratulations to Dream Joe. She's to date still living a far better life than real Joe.
So much better than me. It's a shame.
Were you able to use the money to do anything fun, or had you already woken up?
Well, here's the issue. I was planning in ways that was almost too realistic. I was like, okay, so it was originally 4 million. So I was like, well, after taxes, it's 3.4 million.
So yeah.
Then I could maybe buy a house for like $1 million in cash. That's great. But then, gosh, property taxes are going to be a lot. And then I thought, okay, I'll definitely invest some. And then I thought maybe Douglas and I can start our own production company. But then I was like, I'm going to need more money than that to do that.
Dream Joe is just as boring and practical as real Joe, is what we're
I
learning.
know.
Huh.
I know.
Wow. Just sucking the joy out of everything. Oh, no. I'm trying to think of a sec here. How about if you did win the lotto, perhaps you might consider a bathroom divorce.
Oh.
I don't know if you have the graphic, but this could be an all I want to do.
Sure.
So newser.com, where I get all of my good news with an ER at the end of it. Debbie Weiner, 66, has argued that with her husband over what she has called his, I wonder what he does, disgusting bathroom habits for years now. Okay, so she told the Post this. But instead of pulling the plug on their union, Joe, she's opted for a bathroom divorce. Much like a sleep divorce, where couples have their own dedicated spaces to rest, a bathroom divorce provides solitude for other, more gastrointestinal needs. That means a bathroom with 2 separate toilet rooms, with their own doors and ventilation systems. Weiner is a retired interior designer, and her husband bought their home in Maryland in 2011. I'm sure he loves that she's offered herself up as a source in this story. The only way that she could access their bedroom was through their ensuite bathroom, often already occupied by her husband. But to keep the peace, Weiner decided to create this new bathroom suite in addition between the house and a detached garage. Weiner says her unique design has become the envy of the neighborhood. All my neighbors lined up to see my bathroom. Every time I tell a woman about my bathroom, she is like, OMG, I want that. You could share a vanity without sharing cooties. You could share a wet room, but not a toilet. And while the bathroom costs more than $100,000, you really are going to have to win those penny slots. Weiner says that you can't put a price on the peace that it brings her. Joe, what are your thoughts on this?
there's no way this woman is a freak in the bedroom. No way. Because if she was cooties in the article, it
Yes.
just doesn't make sense. Like, gosh, to want to be so separate from your partner for something like that. I do think the thing that was weird in the article was how she said the only way to get into the bedroom was through the bathroom.
I wanted pictures, right?
Because, okay, so what if you are in the bedroom, your partner is in the bathroom, and you want to leave your bedroom? You can't?
It sounds like it. That's a very strange layout.
That is weird, and shame on y'all for buying that house in the first place. Yeah, I understand people like their space. I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra or because I'm a younger sister, but I find that I am pretty empathetic and try to give people their space or be understanding of space. And I don't take things personally. Like, the smell of your poop is not a personal attack on me. You know what I mean? It seems like she really just takes everything to heart.
Right.
And yeah, if you focus on all those little things, then yeah, it could hurt the marriage. But my guess is, okay, we've solved the bathroom issue, but there's going to be another issue. She's going to find another thing that annoys her, whether it's the way he makes a sandwich in the kitchen or, leaving his socks in the den or whatever it might be. This woman, probably her form of intimacy
This is a good point.
is nagging. That's my guess.
That's her love language. Correct. No, I completely, all of this makes complete sense. Yes. And you're right. I think that she's perhaps projecting that maybe the real issue is not the guy's disgusting bathroom habits, although we don't know specifically what he does. This guy could be a monster and certainly needs to look at his diet.
Yeah. But if something smells that horrendous, then maybe encourage a doctor's appointment before we spend $100,000 on a new bathroom.
Yeah, rough stuff. But who am I to say? I don't think I've certainly had my share of roommates, which I guess is kind of the same thing.
I mean, New York apartments are small, and I think in general everyone just tries to be mindful. Or again, maybe that's just me.
You're in a roundabout way just trying to use this story to just show everyone what a great person you are, I guess is what we're doing here.
I really am. I'm so great. Well, I really like this one. It's I guess a nude for thought, but it's an excuse to talk about Hooters and just serving in general.
I thought this was really sweet. I encourage people to read the full New York Times article because there's a lot of other anecdotes of Hooters as conversion for gays. This is a profile written by Peter Rothpletz for the New York Times. And yeah, it's just that. As a young teen who felt like he was unlike most other boys, but didn't recognize that he was gay, the writer Peter Rothpletz was taken to Hooters by his grandfather for a baptism into manhood that would backfire beautifully. Their waitress, a caricature of the caricature that is a Hooters waitress, he writes, seemed to recognize his sexual orientation. And when Rothpletz was alone, she slid into the booth opposite him and delivered an important message. You're perfect the way you are, kid. For decades, Rothpletz thought that this was a singular experience, but now he sees the, quote, delicious irony that a chain restaurant famed for its cleavage and chicken wings described the experience online. He received hundreds of messages from other gay men with similar stories. One man recalled that when his father asked for a photo of the two waitresses they were with, his very flamboyant son, the woman sensed the boy's hesitation and with a wink suggested that they do bunny ears instead of hugging. After that, I just felt like it was a safe space. Another man said a waitress had been kind to him as a 9-year-old after relatives demanded that he flirt. Perhaps these women, so often stigmatized as almost sex workers, so accustomed to society's sidelong glances, see kindred spirits in the boys who aren't quite, quote, right, suggests Rothpletz. Or maybe it's simpler. A waitress's knack of reading the room turned tender for those who needed it most. I almost feel like there's a Lifetime movie in this story.
Yeah. And one that could be sinister or sweet, depending on what we're going for.
Right.
Yeah, it's one thing to be a Hooters waitress and have to entertain the grown men who ogle, want to take pictures, think they're funny, and are saying whatever kinds of jokes. But to then have to entertain like young men, like the next generation of potential oglers, I imagine these waitresses love when a little gay boy comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. Someone who isn't going to objectify me and is feeling a little uncomfortable. So am I. So we're kindred spirits here.
Never, the moment they notice they don't have to say eyes up here,
Yeah.
they know they've got another kindred spirit. Yes, indeed. I've never understood. I wonder if it's a health code thing. From what I recall of Hooters, the waitresses, while wearing short shorts, also wear pantyhose, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case, but it was very much like Daisy Duke and wearing her Daisy Dukes and Dukes of Hazzard. I think they got away from censors. So weird. But with her wearing pantyhose with her jean shorts.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a health thing or it just makes your legs look even better. Like
Perhaps.
certain fishnets like really emphasize the muscles. There's a new trend because, all these celebrity pop stars don't wear pants. They're just in these leotards, right? And there's these like shiny tights that they wear now. And everyone's like, ooh, what is that? So I don't know. It's a costume. It's just a part of the costume.
Well, I've never lived with a girl. Believe it or not, I have had girlfriends in the past. And at this point, I'm starting to not believe it. But one that I dated for some time may or may not have been a White House press secretary. Her family loved Hooters. And they were originally from Tampa Bay, and I would visit them there, the rest of her family. And that was just a night out. And you could say that the girl that I dated perhaps might have gotten a lot of her style from these Hooter girls. She loved them. They all loved them. The girls in the family loved them. Her brother loved them. This was just a big family outing in Tampa Bay to go and hit the Hooters. I never really understood it, but I certainly accompanied them to many a Hooters dinner, and it was weird. I doubt that the Nosachinskis were big Hooters family, but it'd be great if they were.
We were not Hooters people. Yeah, I went in college really just once. I didn't even go a bunch. I think because there wasn't one close to me. I think proximity has a lot to do with it. So if you're near one, that's what you're going to frequent. But I think there's two kinds of people. It's the ones who, when they go out to eat, want the servers to be all over them. They want great service. They want to feel like a celebrity or so loved or whatever. And then there's the people who want to be ridiculed. And because there's restaurants like that, Bill, I think there was one, is it Chicago or Boston? Maybe it was where you went to school, where they like are just so mean to you.
Well, I worked at one that was along those lines called Ed DeBevick's. It was a 50s themed diner, and you were supposed to do just that. Yes. Those are very good at that.
So I feel like people like either one or the other. Meanwhile, I'm like, just give me my food. I don't want to make the small talk. I don't want to take pictures. I don't want to laugh. Maybe that's just because I've been a server.
Yes.
Yeah. Bill, anything you want to plug, promote, prescribe? Yeah, I have my walking tour through Turtle Bay. It's through Bowery Boys Tours, so go ahead on that website and sign up for my tour. It's a lot of fun. I know things and I share them. Wow, that sounds great. That's awesome. Good for you, Bill. Thank you, Joanne. Again, I just want to say you're my personal hero. Oh, stop. I'm going to blush. Now for More You Joe. Y'all, again, if you are not watching The Pit, you should. Highly recommend. I think it's on HBO Max. I can never remember. There's too many streamers and shows to keep it all straight. But it's so good. If you are triggered by, I don't know, blood or emergencies, then don't watch it. But it's great. And then once I'm done watching, I go on Reddit threads and I just read what other people think. I don't know. It's just so fun. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. Watch us on YouTube. Leave some comments, like, subscribe, become a member, download us wherever you can get your podcasts, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
I'm sure glad that's over.
That's all for this episode of Mornin with Bill and Joanne.
I wasn't even listening. I was listening to podcasts.
Shut up, Bill.
Subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you get podcasts.
Yeah, I wasn't listening either.
Very nice, Joanne. Touché.
For videos of this and other episodes, go to @MorninBillAndJoe on YouTube.
Bill, put the sword down.
Run, Joanne, run!
Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We would do it for you. Okay, that's a lie.
I never liked your show.
Sorry, wasn't listening. See ya.